This episode of Ask the Buffalo is brought to you by GoToMeeting. Oh, hey there, camera that I didn't see, that I asked you to set up and film me as I walk in the door. Welcome back to another episode of Ask the Buffalo. I'm your host, John Rettinger. This is the show where you can ask me any question you have from the world of technology. Big disclaimer, this week's show is going to be devoid of any sort of Apple coverage. This is being filmed on Wednesday. WWDC starts on Monday when this episode is going to air. So I can't answer any questions about what's going to be announced because by the time you watch this, you will already know what's been announced. And if I knew, I would be a fortune teller and I would be rich. User TechGeek96 asks, hey John, there's been a lot of great phones, tablets, and games at E3. From everything that you've seen, what are you most excited about? I might lose a little bit of my gaming cred for this answer, but I'm most excited about new Super Mario Bros. U. I know it's simple, maybe it brings me back to a nostalgic time when I remember sitting in my parents' library playing the original Super Mario Bros. And I loved it. And it's the same thing, just better graphics and a little bit of new items. That's what I'm most excited about. I had a chance to play it at E3. It was a lot of fun. You can take advantage of the same Wiimotes that we've seen on the new Super Mario Bros. Wii. You can play up to 4 players, but a 5th player can use the new Wii controller tablet multi-purpose thingy to sort of add or subtract items. We had a chance to play with that also at E3. It didn't really add that much, but it is an option for technically a 5th player. It was cool to see the Wii U's graphics prowess. And to be honest, the graphics look like first year or second year Xbox 360 or PS3 games. I had a chance to see games like Arkham City, and they looked good. It was nice to see Nintendo finally step up to this generation as far as graphics go, and maybe their characters even be able to talk without having to put text boxes. I wish they had shown some sort of Zelda game or a Mario Kart game. If you guys know, we get into some heated Mario Kart here in Techno Buffalo office, so I would have liked to have seen what the next generation battles are going to look like. From a more geeky standpoint, Halo 4 has got to be one of the titles that I was most excited about. Really cool to see the fight continue. It wasn't technically finished like they promised us in Halo 3. We got a new race and new enemies to fight. Also, we had a chance to see Resident Evil 6, which looked incredible. The graphics looked absolutely unbelievable for this game. If you're a Resident Evil fan, it really got back to that, what made Resident Evil awesome. User Flying Navy Wavy Tube Thing asks, everyone is talking about WWDC coming up, but it seems like everyone's forgotten about Google I/O also coming soon. What possible new software and or hardware could Google show off at I/O? Great question. Actually, late last week, we ran an exclusive story saying Google is going to be debuting and giving out to those in attendance their new Nexus tablet. It's going to be a 7-inch tablet powered by NVIDIA's Tegra 3 processor, built by the folks at Asus. It should, and we're hearing possibly, might be running a very early alpha build of Android 5.0 named Jelly Bean. We're also hearing conflicting reports that maybe we'll see a new version of Android, not Jelly Bean, but intermediary step, Android 4.1, with some new features and maybe integrate what Google just announced at their Maps event, the new 3D mapping. I think we're certainly going to see a Nexus tablet finally announced. I think we're going to see Jelly Bean shown in some form, whether or not it's on that launch tablet. We may also see the next generation Nexus phone as well. The Galaxy Nexus, I know, is newly minted, but that doesn't mean much in the Android world. There's always something new coming, so we may actually see the next Galaxy phone. Perhaps there'll be even 7 variants or 6 variants from different manufacturers that we've been hearing. So hopefully that helps answer your question, and hope you get your Android on as we slowly come up to Google I/O. Sean W. wants to know, hey John, I've been thinking of purchasing a PS Vita for a long time. Looking at the Sony E3 press conference, do you think it looks like a strong time to purchase one? Thanks from the United Kingdom. So the PS Vita is kind of an interesting thing. Either you love it or you hate it. You either are a dedicated hardcore gamer and you really like to have that PS3 quality gameplay on a mobile world, or you do most of your games on your iPhone, your Android device. You don't really need a dedicated console. I fall maybe somewhere even in the middle. I love the PS Vita. In fact, on a plane ride to the East Coast, I busted through the entire Mortal Kombat game and I absolutely loved it. I get my Rayman on there as well. It's a great console. And at E3, I had a chance to play with the new Little Big Planet game, which takes advantage of not only the touchscreen, but the touch panel in the back. So it makes for a lot of fun. I think the future of mobile gaming is definitely going to be what the PS Vita can offer. So a long answer to your question, yes, get the Vita. I think you'll absolutely love it. And speaking of love it, let me tell you about something else that I love. Our friends and sponsors at GoToMeetings. It's tough to run a company or hold a meeting when folks are scattered all over the country and the world. With GoToMeeting and HD Faces, you can actually see the people you are talking to. So we hold our weekly staff meetings. I could look at Sean in the face, even though he's in Missouri. I could look at Noah, even though he's in Northern California. I can see the staff all over the country right face to face, and I can see their eyes and I can tell if they're looking around doing something else when they should be paying attention to me. And you can too. You don't have to do it just on your computer. You can actually use your iPad as well to get your GoToMeeting on. It's a great tool for collaboration and being able to see people face to face, and GoToMeeting really offers that. Techno Buffalo viewers can try GoToMeeting free for 30 days. Don't wait for the special offer. Go to gotomeeting.com, click the Try It Now button, and use promo code TECHNO, and you get it free for 30 days. So try it, give it a whirl. Maybe you'll like it. Back to the question. So our last question comes from Twitter. User at jman837 asks, hey John, what degrees do you have for owning a company like yours? So personally, I've got a bachelor's degree in liberal arts, which really prepared me for nothing. I graduated from the University of Rochester back in 2003 with a degree in religion and classics. Then I decided I wanted to run a company and realized I had no experience running a company at all. I actually got through college without taking a math class. So I went back to school and got my master's degree. I got my MBA, it stands for Master's of Business Administration. It helped me run a company and filled in big gaps in my business knowledge. One of the questions I get all the time is, John, I'm going to college or I'm in high school. What classes should I take to help prepare me for a career in tech journalism or any sort of online journalism? You don't need to go back and get a master's degree. It's just a path that happened to work for me. Education is extremely important. Take any class you can take that's writing intensive. Learn how to write. And it's not just important for actually the physical act of writing, but training your mind on how to think is really, really important. Certainly working in computer science certainly will help lay the foundation as well. So hopefully that helped answer your question just a little bit. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Ask the Buffalo. I'm John Rettinger, and I will see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed.